Nine Health Fair has been around since 1979 when Nine News, back then, started the program. In that very first year, 55,000 Coloradans came out and participated in preventive health, and it took off from there. The reality is our health is happening every moment of every day, and we saw the value in helping make that spark turn into a flame year-round for better preventive health for anybody. The simplest name we could come up with was 365 Health, which brings that notion to bear, that health is just there all the time, and you have an influence over it by making the choices you make.
Both physical and mental health are absolutely imperative to whole health. You can't have one without the other. We got to make sure that we are in tune with our bodies, and 365 Health gives that outlet, that platform for communities that otherwise wouldn't have access to health care, to be able to be seen, to be able to get screenings, to be able to get testing for such a low dollar figure. The big thing that 365 Health does is it takes healthcare to the community.
The health fairs are really there for folks to just sit down, have a conversation, and really demystify, whether it's they're learning about the healthcare system and about what insurance options they have, or they're just learning what their blood pressure is for the first time and asking questions to the doctor. What does this mean? What are these two numbers? And things that you might not think to ask while you're at an actual doctor's office. And so that's really just the beauty of the health fairs. It's kind of what people need it to be when they need it, and it's not just one thing. It's really just unique. The community members who are living there, they know what their community needs. 365 Health is there to help them fill the gaps. It's a hub for information and resources and connection to the community.
Over the years, we've accumulated 17,000 volunteers who have helped bring thousands of health fairs to communities all across the state. There's a massive economic benefit. We took our data as one example a few years back before the pandemic and ran it through an evaluation company and asked them to calculate how much money is saved by people getting screened and following through on what they do. And it turns out for about 25,000 people getting screened, it was $1.9 billion in 1 year. And that's just the screening from health fairs. And so imagine now, how do you help people follow up on that, what they learn? The return on investment of that is even bigger. What we're trying to do is remove the obstacles to following up on your screening results. And so that's why we added primary care telehealth to our services so that people could follow up. It does not require the internet. It does not require an appointment, and you can access it day or night, any time of the year.
This way they now have unlimited access to primary care doctors to discuss it and create medical care plans so that they can address those needs. We really try to price this at a very affordable rate. So it's $80 just for unlimited telehealth, and that's per person, and it's $99 if you want to bundle it with that blood screening.
That access can make all the difference around making a better health choice of where to go or what to do. 365 Health's telehealth is designed to make healthcare accessible for anyone. The pandemic just, it changed our entire world. It changed our view of health. The governor's office reached out to 365 Health and said, could you start running vaccine clinics in those communities that are underserved? They're more vulnerable people, vulnerable to COVID, but also vulnerable to the chronic disease that makes COVID worse. And so we started running clinics. It started with 3 one day, we tried them on, and soon we were running 30 to 40 a month.
Vaccine equity is a huge portion of health equity in general. So we have mobile clinics that we put on throughout the metro area and beyond in order to go and meet communities where they're at and vaccinate them in their community, be able to educate them. We've done over 45,000 COVID vaccinations in the last couple of years. We've done hundreds of clinics across the state throughout Colorado, meeting people where they're at in their community.
I think 365 Health works with the community by kind of taking a stepped back approach and letting the community tell us what they need first. It's something you really have to start small and start with the details and start with one individual and gaining their trust before they can open it to the community.
We are from Ethiopia. The community has been through a lot through genocide. We lost in 2 years 25 kids between Ethiopian and Eritrean. That is a lot. I mean, no community deserves this, whether you are big or small, but for us to be small to face that is too much. And whatever is going on back home and here, we thought just God is mad at us and just trying to punish us, really. That's how we believe. That's God is for us the first and the last to go to. And then when this happened, I don't want to cry, but it just everybody was hopeless. And then you came into the picture. I can't thank you enough.
It has meant a lot to be able to be welcomed into this community to offer the help. I know a lot of communities, especially immigrant communities, are very hesitant to let in nonprofit organizations or other organizations to help. And so for this community to really say and trust us to come in and give them the resources that they need has really been very humbling to me, to see that, you know, the community is advocating for their own needs and willing to take that risk as long as it helps others in the future. And so having community advocates like IU be kind of the loudspeaker for the community's needs, that's exactly what we need.
365 Help opened up a big door for us. They could call a doctor from their home before they go to emergency. They could just dial as long as they know how to dial, and then the telehealth will have them a doctor with an interpreter. Thank you, 365. You heard us, and it means a lot.